So I'm delighted to present this talk on emotional robots and nudge. What about ethics? So I am professor in artificial intelligence at Sorbonne University in Paris, and I lead a research team on affective and social robotics, spoken dialogue, machine learning, and ethics at CNS. So my research concerns deep learning, natural language processing, human-machine spoken dialogue, social robotics, conversational agent, affective computing, emotion detection, and also behavioral policies and ethics by design. So what is a social robot? A social robot embeds a conversational artificial intelligence system. What is a conversational agent? Is an autonomous natural language processing system with at least three components: speech analysis and automatic speech recognition, semantic analysis and dialogue policies, response generation, and speech synthesis. So we create in my lab conversational agent and robotics platforms like with Paper and Now from SoftBank Robotics that can, and this robot can recognize, interpret, process and simulate human language and emotion in the voice, even create a kind of machine humor. And with the capacity of interpretation of the emotional states of a human, a robot can adapt its behavior and give an appropriate response to these emotions. So our goal is a multidisciplinary research lab to study affective conversational machines, not only as engineering artifacts, but also as a class of agents with particular behavioral patterns and ecology. So what is affective computing? In fact, three technologies. One is emotion detection from our behavior. The other is understanding and reasoning on this information. And the last part of the last technology is about generation of emotion from a machine. So we use for that different kind of cues from signal, audio signals, or the face, or physiological cues, and also gesture. So let me see an example, which is from my colleague from Institute for Creative Technologies in University of California.
Ellie. Thanks for coming in today. I was created to talk to people in a safe and secure environment. I'm not a therapist, but I'm here to learn about people and would love to learn about you. I'll ask a few questions to get us started. And please feel free to tell me anything.
So it's
Your
an application
answers are
for
totally confidential.
psychiatric.
Are you okay with this?
And you see a lot of multimodal signs.
So,
capture
how are you doing today?
By the system.
I'm doing well.
That's good.
Very small signs, very precise signs.
Where
More
are you from originally?
different from humans' perception.
I'm from Los Angeles.
Oh, I'm from LA myself.
Very easy to do that. So what is my work? Is trying to work on this analysis of human-machine interaction. And I also built a project about nudge, because these voice assistant social robots are used to bring, in fact, new dimensions, similar language, body movement, as you see on the video, or affective behavior to interaction, and could become a mean of influencing people. So it's very important to understand more about this possibility of influence. So what is nudge? People decision and behaviors should be influenced in a positive, predictable, non-coercive way by making small changes to the architecture of choice on the basis of the cognitive bias. So a nudge against the well-being of the individual gives rise to ethical concern. There is good or bad nudge. The contrary is a sludge. Sludge adds friction. And all observable and observed human behavior is a result of cognitive bias, false bias, anchoring bias, emotional bias, and so on, which can be exploited by the system, by the machines, by the AI machines to modify that behavior. So all nudges are currently based, digital nudges are currently based on one or more of these cognitive bias. So AI-enhanced nudging is already a reality. silently influencing the actions and behaviors of thousands of people in the field of education, arts, gaming, gambling, marketing, work, and so on, in the social network and with social and affective robots. Let's see another example with conversational agents as virtual companions. It's in Japan, as you see.
ねえ、起きてってば。おはよう。
おはよう。
あ、今日雨が降るかもしれないから傘持って行って。急がないと遅刻しちゃうよ。
行ってきます。
行ってらっしゃい。気をつけてね。
商品のラインナップについての。
おかえりなさい。
なんかさ、家で誰か。
Somebody asked for me. So look at these new examples with children.
Riley,
Hi.
there's someone here who wants to meet you.
My name is Moxie. I'm a new robot. What is your name?
I'm Riley.
It's nice to meet you, Riley. What do you do to get ready for bed?
Brush my teeth and read a story.
I love stories. Would you read a story to me?
Sure. Rita woke with a lovely dream, still fresh in her mind, gracefully gliding across the shimmering ice rink.
Last one. Breathing exercises always help me relax. Riley, we have a new mission. Would you make a drawing for me?
Okay.
I'm so excited for you to tell me about the dentist. I've never been to one.
You don't have teeth.
But I can still smile. And then what happened?
He said he didn't want to play with me anymore.
So emerging interactive and adaptive systems using emotions, as you see in these two movies, modify how we will socialize with machines. The issues surrounding AI machine behavior cover a wide range of ethical topics. So, okay, discrimination, unfairness, but also censorship of contents, and as I would like to focus on that, respect of intimacy, marketing to children, manipulation, changing our collective behaviors. So AI enhanced nudge using machine learning and affective computing technologies based on cognitive bias and behavioral science, like profiling, can enhance the power of nudge and sludge for good and bad. So we must have analyzed about the long-term usage in society to prevent too much dependencies to these affective machines. So because we anthropomorphize these machines, what is anthropomorphism? The attribution of human characteristic of behavior to an object. So the media equation from Stanford Research explained that people tend to respond to media computer robot as they would either to another person by being polite, cooperative, attributing personality characteristics such as aggressiveness, humor, expertise, and even gender, depending on the cues they receive from the media. So an object like you see this atlas from Boston Dynamics can inspire some empathy. Another point, very important, is the fact that AI systems reinforce the stereotypes of gender. 80% of the coders are men, 80% of the chatbots and social robots builds have women names like Alexa, Samantha, Sophia, or woman face or body. AI systems reinforce the stereotypes of their gender. Men create companion robots with woman face or body, as you see in Japan. Women's characters, robots are assistants, nurses or sexual robots. It's urgent to involve more women on AI and robotics. So I'm involved in the European group about standards, and we try to define ethical framework and standard for autonomous AI and robotic system and educate multidisciplinary and multi-stakeholder to this ethical consideration. The proposed standardization attempts to cover areas left gray by the GDPR, in particular those concerning emotional and behavioral manipulation. AI nudging is context-dependent and potentially classified as forbidden, high risk or low risk in the risk-based approach regulation developed by the European Commission. What are the key insights? User interface design influence choices, even unintentionally. Heuristics and bias influences offline and online behavior. Thorough design and testing can help achieve a designer's intended behavioral effects. So we need to discuss and to debate about common standards describing ontology of this ethical nudging and focus on the industry-relevant ethical issues for certification process of digital nudging system, and also to try to audit this system during the long term. See that. At the moment, nothing is regulated. So I am involved in several ethical committees that the Global Partnership on AI and the Future of Work, but also the French National Pilot Committee for Digital Ethics. And we write something about conversational agents. With the recent developments in chatbot technology, it has become possible to create this kind of things, digital twins that replicate the speech and language patterns of diseased individuals. So, what about the long-term AI ethical issues for the society? How will humans co-learn, co-create, co-evaluate with these conversational robots? Notably, how will vulnerable and young people be protected against potential threats, dependency, manipulation, isolation, mental and physical disorder in front of the machine? And think about the future. If we think about the metaverse, we will be very vulnerable in this new world. So thank you for your attention.